Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are filming in front of my closet, which just has curtains for doors. It was way too bright in my room, so I figured I would try this, and it actually kind of looks cool. Let me know what you guys think about it. But today I'm really excited because I'm going to be talking to you guys about new Anastasia Beverly Hills products. I actually have one of the products on already because I just got way too ahead of myself when I was doing my makeup this morning. But it is the new liquid lipstick, the matte formula, in the shade Hudson. I believe this was part of the trio that came out for holiday. At least I know it was at Ulta. There were 3 mini liquid lipsticks, and they were exclusive colors to the trio. And I believe that this is one of them. That is what I have on today. I've already worn this a few times, and it is the same old amazing liquid lipstick formula, super long wearing, you don't have to touch it up, not crazy overly drying, and yeah, it's truly an all-day wear. So I already have this on. I will swatch it for you, just in case you really want to see it. On my hand, it's like a orangey terracotta nude, I would say. I will say they are a little bit more drying than the Too Faced Melted Mattes, which some of you guys know. Those are my absolute favorite liquid lipsticks. These are really amazing as well, but if you have super, super dry lips, these are a little more on the drying side. Not that I would say not to get it, but you might want to throw like a chapstick over it. Next in the collection that I'm going to be talking about and applying, since I have not already, are the new bronzers. I want to say they come in 6 or 8 different shades. Let me actually double check that for you. 1 second. Okay, so it does come in 6 different colors. The lightest is called Rosewood. The next is Tawny, Rich Amber, which is what I have right here, Saddle, Mahogany, and Cappuccino. They really, I feel, did a really good job with the color selection with their bronzers. They're really blendable. I am somebody who has always used Hoola from Benefit and really hasn't liked much else. I still love Hoola from Benefit, still my favorite, but this is actually slowly becoming one of my favorites as well when it comes to bronzers. I will say, and I think this is just a fluke with mine, and it doesn't really bother me because I can totally easily fix it, but my pan has come unglued. Not a huge deal. Just be careful with yours is all I'm saying. I'll just glue mine back in. It doesn't bother me because it's a really awesome product, but just a heads up, just in case there was an issue with the glue. That might happen to yours, and just be careful it doesn't shatter to the floor because, like I said, it is a really good product, and that would be really devastating. So I'm going to be really careful with the way I'm holding mine until I fix it. I am using, these don't have numbers on them. This is the Morphe brush that came in the Complexion Goals set from Ulta. I'm going to be using this angled brush to kind of contour and bronze up my face. And again, this is in the shade Rich Amber. Now that I have bronzed up the face a little bit, you guys can see it's very, I did it very subtle, but you can build it up. I just went in kind of light-handed just to bronze, slightly contour a little bit, went around the hairline, cheekbones, that's really it. And this next part, this is not new in the collection. This came out during holiday, I want to say. But since there's not a brand new blush, I figured I would use the blush kit, which I actually really like. If you guys can still find it available anywhere, I do recommend it. I do recommend it. I do really actually like the blush colors in this. I will say though, all you have to do is that. Like, don't go in there and get all crazy, or you're going to end up with, like, a lot of color because they're very pigmented. I'm mixing these two right here. Okay, so there is the blush, and I'm actually going to check to see if it is still available. Okay, so unfortunately it doesn't look like the quad is still available. They still have the trios, which are really nice too. They kind of seem like they're the same formula from what I can tell. So that's a product I've really enjoyed. That's a product I've really enjoyed from Anastasia as well. Next of new products, I'm going to be talking about the Amrezi. I'm still not really sure how to say it because I've heard it so many different ways. Amrezi highlighter. Beautiful. Literally when I opened it the first time, I was like, so pretty. I had like heart palpitations. I know that sounds silly, but honestly, when I opened it, I feel like my heart skipped a beat. That's how pretty it is. So if I had to describe the color of this highlighter, I would almost say it's like a vanilla gold, if that makes any sense. Kind of like the Balm Mary Luminizer, where it's kind of got that vanilla white gold look to it. It's not super bronzy or yellow at all. The formula to this one almost feels like a baked highlighter to me. There's a swatch of it right there. It almost lets your skin still show through, if that makes sense, while still being really pigmented. It still lets your skin show through, which is why I think it looks good on so many different skin tones. It's hard to describe. It's pigmented, but still lets your skin show through. I don't really know how else to describe it. There it is right there. To apply this, I just bought myself the A23 Anastasia brush, which I've been wanting forever, and it is now available at Ulta, so I picked mine up at my local Ulta yesterday. So I'm just going to go in and highlight with this. Okay, so I have worn this highlighter already a few times, and I knew I loved it, and it was blinding and amazing, but that brush just made it go on even better, I feel. Very effortlessly, if you guys can see that right there on my cheekbone. I do feel like it's a baked formula, even though it doesn't claim that. It does feel like a different formula than what's in the glow kits. To me, these feel a little more buttery, and that feels, I don't want to say drier because that makes it sound bad, but it does feel, I guess, drier, but it still goes on so beautiful. I just have to mention this really quick. This isn't new. Oh, no! Okay. This isn't new. This also came out quite a few months ago around holiday, but this is one of my favorite. There's things popping up on my computer. This is one of my favorite highlighting products. This is actually still available at Ulta and on their website. I'm just going to swatch and compare. Like I said, this is still equally as blinding. I just feel like it's a different formula. So there's the Amrezi, however you want to say it. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Highly recommend. And price point, that is $28, and so is the bronzer, just so you guys know. Yeah, these just feel creamier. Not in that that's better or worse, but they do feel creamier. And see what I mean? How the Amrezi one kind of lets your skin show through, whereas I feel like these ones are more of an opaque color. Just kind of a comparison for you. I really love both of these glow kits. Here's Daydream from the Nicole Guerrero one. I don't know if you can kind of see what I mean. Or maybe I'm not making any sense to you guys at all. Hopefully I do. Last but not least, in the new Anastasia collection is the Soft Glam palette. I just think that this palette is absolutely beautiful. At first I was kind of bummed when I found out that there were 3 shades from the Modern Renaissance palette in it, because I was just kind of like, give me some new shades, but I use all those shades in the Modern Renaissance palette like crazy anyway, so I'm sure I'm going to need backups eventually. Again, which you guys probably already know, the shades that are in Modern Renaissance are Burnt Orange, Tempera, and Cypress Umber. As some of you may know, because I feel like I've talked about it in several of my videos, the Modern Renaissance palette is my favorite palette of all time. Hands down, there's not very many products where I could pick a #1 favorite, but eyeshadow palettes, you would think that would be a hard one, but it's not for me. That is 100% my favorite eyeshadow palette ever. I think it's perfect for summer. I think it's perfect for fall. I think it is the most blendable formula ever. And that palette really got me to branch out as far as looks go. I used to be like a silver eyeshadow on the lid sort of person, and that was it. I was afraid to use any warm shades or anything like that, and that palette kind of brought me out of my shell as far as makeup goes. So I'm not gonna lie, when Subculture came out, I was a little disappointed. I have the palette. I don't think it's god-awful, terrible, but it wasn't the same as Modern Renaissance. It's just not the same formula. I didn't mind the fallout in the pan itself. However, the blendability to me just was not the same. You know, wherever I kind of stuck the shadow first and tried to do my windshield wiper motions, it would just kind of like stay right where I initially put it. And it was pretty hard to blend out, in my opinion. Can it be worked with? Yes. Is it awful? No. Was it the Modern Renaissance? No. This, and even Prism, I have Prism as well. Prism was better. This, I feel like they really, really went back to the Modern Renaissance formula. Easy to blend out, beautiful shades, very pigmented. So A+ on this. Honestly, A+ on the whole collection, but I'm just going to jump in. I'll do a couple swatches, and then I will go ahead and do a tutorial for you. I'm gonna swatch the shade Sienna for you, just so you can get an idea of what one of the matte shades look like. If I have any room on my hand, let's see. There we go. This is Sienna right here. Very nice, very pigmented, not a crazy amount of fallout, matte shade. This is like a a brownish burnt orange color. This is the shade Mulberry, which is a slightly more reddish, not slightly, it definitely is more red brown. So you got your orangey brown, reddish brown, very rich colors. And let's swatch a shimmer for you. This is the shade Bronze. Which right there you can see, again, super, super pigmented, really, really pretty. And now I'm going to show you how these perform on the actual eyes, and I will jump into the demo portion. But first I'm going to wipe off my hands. And I forgot to say too, this retails for $42, if anybody was wondering. So first I am going to go in with a fluffy crease brush. I'm going to use the Morphe M441 and take the shade Orange Soda. I'm going to apply that pretty much all over my crease, low and high up into my crease as my transition shade. Next on an IT Cosmetics, what is this called? Blending crease brush, I think number 105, it's all worn off. I'm going to take the shade Burnt Orange and kind of use it in the same area, just keeping it a little bit lower. So this is where we're at after Orange Soda and Burnt Orange. I'm going to take a more tapered crease brush. This is the Morphe Y17. I almost said Y17, but Y17. And I'm going to take Sienna and keep that just a little bit lower in the crease. And I'm also going to kind of create a slightly more winged out shape with the shadow with this brush. Then with a Mikasa Beauty brush, this is the E300. It's still a crease brush, but it's more, I guess, dense and it's shorter. So I'm going to take the shade Mulberry, just a tiny teeny bit, and keep that as low as possible in the crease. Okay, so now we have something that looks like this. I'm going to go back in with that M441 with Orange Soda and actually kind of go up on the tops here a little bit just because I do feel like I blended out some of that dimension. Next, I am going to take the shade Glistening and I'm going to put that all over my lid. Okay, so this is where we are at now, and I'm actually going to take the Amrezi, I'm just going to say both, highlighter, put it on the inner corner and a little bit on the brow bone. I am going to use an M507 to do this. Oh my gosh, my dog. So this is where I am at with the eyeshadow, lip, bronzer, highlighter, and all of that. I'm going to go put some liner and lashes on, and I will be right back with my final thoughts on everything in just a moment. Okay, so this is the finished look with liner and lashes. I'm trying out some new lashes, and these are much more fluffier than I anticipated, but I kind of like them. I don't tend to usually go this dramatic with them. But these are the Kiss lashes, and they're called Flirty, I believe. This one's not quite cooperating with me, so we'll just kind of look at this eye. Don't look at that one. This one's better. Also, when I was doing my eyeshadow, I went to switch to the other eye, and I hit my nose, and I realized that you can totally see where I got eyeshadow on my nose. So, all the new Anastasia stuff I actually really think is awesome. It's one of my favorite brands. I think the bronzer is great. It's super blendable. Retails for $28. I don't think that's too bad of a price. It is still a higher end price point, but it's not crazy. The Amrezi, I'm still going to say both. Highlighter, super beautiful. I think it would look great on a lot of different skin tones because, like I said, I feel like it lets your skin show through somehow. Also retails for $28. The Soft Glam palette I think is beautiful, blendable. I don't think you'll be disappointed with any of the formulas. You guys can probably still hear my dog crying. Lipstick, I believe those retail for $20. All in all, I highly recommend all of the new stuff that Anastasia has come out with. I really enjoy it. I think that they are all great products. Not a terrible price point either for a higher end brand. And yeah, it all gets a thumbs up from me. Again, this is what the finished look is. This lash is driving me crazy. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share, like, subscribe, comment, all of that jazz. It's always really appreciated. For those of you who continually tune in, thank you so much. If this is your first time watching, thank you again. Just make sure, thumbs up, subscribe. You can subscribe by hitting on the normal subscribe button in the comments section, not the comment section, in the description. That's the word I'm looking for. Or I always put my little face in a bubble at the end, and you can click on that to subscribe as well. And I think that's all I have for you guys this time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video.